Margieann with Margieann Art. I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful winter trees with solder and copper wire. And I've got a big surprise for you. If you watch this to the end, I'm going to make your favorite kind of tree, and you're going to want to put this tree in your backyard. So watch it to the end. I'll try and speed it up so it doesn't take too long to see how to make these copper trees, but this will be your favorite tree. Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, I think you can see that. Okay, folks, I'm going to show you how to make a tree with solder. And this is a very, very special tree. You're going to love this tree, and you're going to want one in your backyard. Everybody's going to want this tree. Here, I'm going to show you. And basically what it is just this wire, just copper wire that I got at the store. And then I just have some of that sheet copper. I cut out some pieces here so I wouldn't take up so much time, so you could see what I was doing. The solder, and here's solder. Oh, and I just have to now put the flux on here. This is flux, yeah. We'll put some flux on here, and I'm gonna patina this, or not patina it, but I'm gonna, what do they call it, tack solder this thing here. As you can see, this was a piece of scrap that I had, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this a beautiful tree. And it's like I'm saying, it's a tree that everybody is going to want. And once you learn how to do this with solder, you're going to be, it's endless, all the different things you can do with solder. And I'm still learning and just enjoying all the different things that I've been doing with solder. And I hope you do enjoy this. And, you know, this shouldn't take too long. Hopefully, I can get this done pretty fast. I hope. So anyway, I'm just going to do this like this. That's all. Oh, I forgot to put on this fan. Here, let me put this fan on. Very important that you have the fan on. It's a special thing to keep the air nice and clean. And you see what I'm doing? Wait till you see when it's done. It's going to look like a tree. Really will. Really will. And I'm tinning this now. See? It's quite simple, nothing hard. What do I have this thing set at? Oh, 400, no wonder it's melting very easily. Let's put some flux here. It's not taking very good here. So if you flux it, it solves a lot of problems. And it makes the solder stick to whatever you're soldering. Okay? I have this iron a little bit too hot, but that's okay. We'll get it soldered faster. As you can see, I used this for something else, and I had this piece, this scrap piece, and it's going to make a beautiful tree. And you can see it's not the shape of a tree yet, but it will be. It will be. And this is free-form art. And you know, it's more organic doing it this way. And watch out, don't burn yourself, because these things can get very, very warm, you know. Not warm, actually hot, and burn you. You know, so be careful. Hoping that's not interfering that sound, but it is necessary. You see, it is, see that, can you see the smoke? It does draw the smoke towards it. Here, I'll show you. See the smoke? It's going towards it. It does keep the air where it's you know, keeping those fumes away from you. put this here a little closer. I don't know if you can see the smoke? Absorbs it, does something to it. And you have to have ventilation. And I live in the Midwest and it's cold now. So I can't have windows open for ventilation. So they have these different kind of things that you can use for ventilation. And it cleans the air and whatever needs to be done. Okay, I did that. Okay, now let's take this puppy here. And I want to put on a big piece of copper wire. I gotta put this flux on it pretty good, because if you don't put on enough, it won't work. You just gotta do that. Okay, now here comes some of the fun part. Okay, now you see how this is kind of bent? It's not straight. That's what you want. You really don't want straight for a tree. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this here, like this. And I think I want it maybe over here. Let's see what we're going to get. I want it to run up there, like that, and here, like this. Okay. Where's that thing to hold it? And everything I get gets rusty from all these chemicals, I think. I'm going to tack solder it here. I want this to hang out a little bit. Okay, can you see now? See, this is coming out here. Let's see. Okay, we got one little thing on here. We need more flux. It was difficult to get it on there. But we, when in doubt, put more flux on it. That flux works good. And now we're going to put some solder here. Put some solder over here too. Oops. This one didn't stay. I'll put more flux on it. Like I'm saying, when in doubt, flux it. Fluxing helps a lot. Yeah. Okay, let's put more flux on here. Until it takes, you have to just, do what you have to do. We'll put more flux here. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but it will build up. Now see, it doesn't look very pretty right now, but it will be. Now see, we've got dents in here and that. Well, you want that. You want it denty. You don't want it all straight. These trees aren't straight. They're kind of denty. And that one wants to kind of be like that. So let's see what we can do. Let's solder it down here where it's connecting here already. Let's see what we can do. Like I'm saying, this is just a process. It does work though. Does work. And don't worry right now that it isn't connected. It will be. Trust me, everything will get connected. And see this, I don't know if you can see. Let me show you something. I don't know if you can see this, but this thing is up. Can you see that? See how this is up here? That's showing that very good. You see that? See how that's up? It's not really connected to the bottom piece. That's okay. It just adds more interest to the piece. Let's see, do I got another large piece here? I guess I don't. So let's start putting, let's make this a little more interesting. Let me get another big piece of, I think we're going to need one more big piece of copper wire. I've got a whole bunch here. Let's put some more on there. Where's my thing to cut this thing with? This thing. Here we go. More pieces. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I cut enough, but I guess I did not. So, bear with me. I'll have this done in a little bit. There we go. And again, it's not perfect, but it's going to add interest. I'll put this away now. Okay, more flux. Let's flux this puppy. Let's flux it here. Okay, we'll flux it here. And like I'm saying, don't worry what it's going to look like right now. It's going to look good. It really is. Let's put some more solder on, flux on here. Let's flux a little bit more, solder a little bit more, and you'll start to see that it will start to take shape. And you'll see where I'm going with this tree. You're going to love it. And when I'm done with it, everybody's going to want one of these trees in their backyard. I can guarantee you that. We're going to use a lot of solder today, but it's going to be worth it. You guys are going to fall in love with the tree. Going to love the tree. Now, more solder. Flux. We'll be fluxing a lot until it's all done. This takes a little bit of time, but it will all be worth it in the long run. Could use a bigger iron, but I think I'm going to stick with the smaller one. Just think I'm going to. Let's because that's what I want to do today. Now let's do this like this. This won't take too long, I don't think. See, now I'm going to build this up here. Just kind of drip a lot of solder here. And it makes it much more interesting. It's much more like a tree would be, bumpy. You know. We're going to fill that in there with a lot of solder there. Okay. And I don't like to stay on one of them too long because this stuff does get hot, you know. I don't know what it'll do to anything, but if anything, I just don't know. But anyway, we're gonna just, do you see how that looks filled in? It's gonna look really nice. It's a bump here too. We're gonna fill this void in here too. And if you don't like some way that the solder looks, you just kind of melt it and change it a little bit. It's nothing hard. You know, it's your piece. You do what you want with it. If you don't like the way the solder looks, change it. It's really easy. You just put some heat on it and it's different. It changes it. Let's do this here. Trying to fill that all in there. Make it really, it's really going to be interesting. You know, the more gnarly you make it, the better it is. And the more you work with solder, you'll see, you know, you get ideas what it's going to do, you know. And now, say this you didn't want sticking out, because this one is protruding quite a bit. When you would do it, you would make sure you have it down. You know, when you made it, you would make sure that it was down, so it wouldn't be up like that. I personally wanted it up, so, but I'm just showing to you that you could make it come down more. And I did that just to show you, but it's not necessary. It can be up too, but if you wanted it to lay flat on your piece, then you would want to make this much flatter than what I'm doing. I'm not trying to make it flat. And I'll show you why. I just want to show you how to make a tree, you know, basically, and you know how to. Now, this piece kind of stops here, and I don't like the way it looks, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it in with solder and kind of, see what I'm doing? So it's not just abruptly ending there. I didn't like that. So I'm making it end over there. Does that make sense? Can you see that? Okay. All right, we've got a lot to fill in here. Quite a bit here. Let's put some, let us, okay, I'm going to put this piece here. I think that might be of some interest to the piece. I think it'll add interest to it. And of course we're going to flux like crazy. We're fluxing, having a lot of fun fluxing. There we go. I think you see that this is going to be interesting. Can you see that it's starting to look somewhat like a tree bark? It's not done yet, but, you know, it's starting to resemble it, you know. Now that is not done. Can you see that? It's not done, but can you see that it's starting to resemble tree bark? Okay, and now, you know what? We could add another piece here. Or not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. See what we're going to do here. Flux here, because we want to get that solder on here. Okay, now let's see. Let's put this. Now, I think we need some more thick ones still. I didn't get enough thick ones. Sorry about that. Now I'm assuming they'll just speed this thing up, but I need some more thick ones. Sorry, guys. It needs more thick ones. I should have put them. I thought I had done enough of them, but I can see, and that's the thing with art. It's not predetermined. It's what needs to be done at the time. And at this time, we need to get rid of this. There we go. There we go. Okay, where are we going to put this puppy? We want this to... What do you think? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Maybe over here? What do you think? Yeah, I think that's more interesting there. And here, let's just do this like this. And of course, we've got to connect the puppy here. Connect it. I'm going to turn these over so I can get the other side of some of these things. And here's they're all rusty. I think it's from these chemicals. Oopsie. It's nice and sturdy. It ain't falling apart. So we'll get the back side of this stuff too. I'm going to just try and make it smooth because I don't want it bumpy. If you were putting it up against a piece of glass, you wouldn't want it bumpy, like the front where, we want it bumpy on the front. Here, I just want to make sure that if somebody sees it from the side that it's all even, the colors, I don't know, does that make sense? I think it does. See, we're getting it all over here. And this is solder here too. And this is getting really heated up, so the solder will go all over it, Put some solder here. Got some solder here. Use up this solder. And this is one of those things that you go in a ceiling tile. It works really good for me. And like I think I told you folks before, that if you tape it, you got to put that real good tape, that thick, clear tape, put that all over it, and that will stop it from shredding when you pick it up. It'll fall apart. But if you put that tape on it, then you got something that'll, hold up to some of this stuff that we do, Okay. Alrighty, so we got more. I can see we got a lot of spots here. Where? There we go. Let's see spots that were... You can see the copper. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, we got more here too. Okie dokies, artichokes. Okay, let's make this a little nicer. Okay, now let's see. We put that other one on there. So now let's put. Should we put a bigger branch out here? You know what I think I'm going to do I've got this stuff here. And this has, you know, I think 5 or 6 different things in it. What I think I'm going to do, I can't cut all of them, that's for sure. I have the strength. But maybe we should do 2. I don't know if you can see. Can you see this stuff? See? What I'm going to do is maybe 2. I think that'll be interesting. We'll do 2 of them. Where the heck's those cutters? Okay, so what I think we're going to do is, they don't stay wound together, but we'll just kind of put them together like this. Solder them. Put a lot of flux on them. Let's see, should it be up? Should it be up like that, you think? Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, now they're kind of together. I kind of like it. Let's see what we're going to get. Now see, it looks different than the whole one. I'm thinking it will. Okay. See how that fills in between? You see that? I don't know if you can see it very good, but see how it'll fill it in between. It's just amazing. This solder can do a lot of different things that you weren't aware of, but it really does do a lot. It makes it very interesting. I think I like solder. I like glass. I like wood. I try and use them all. They're also wonderful. Well, every time you have something framed that's wood, you know, the framers do a lovely job keeping my art together so it doesn't fall apart. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. You see how it adds a little interest to it, that it isn't just all smooth? Let's put a little something here too. Let's see if we can get something interesting here. There, a little, now, there. A little something here too. We'll put something there too. You can do that. See how that, can you see that? How, you know, yeah. Put another little icky thing here. See, what will happen is the solder will follow the heat. And that's why I'm getting these little things here. I'll do it again for you. See? Watch. See? See how? And that's part of decorative soldering. Let's make this a little more interesting too, if I can. Instead of it being flat like that. See, this one's flat too. I don't like that. We'll make them a little more interesting. Yeah, see, just a little more interesting. If you add, you know, some texture to these things, it'll be more interesting. See, we'll add some interest to these pieces. All right? Okay. And you see what I'm doing? See how much more interesting it's becoming? It's becoming like a tree. And this is going to be a very special tree. You folks are going to love this tree. Everybody's going to want one of these trees. And you might think, oh, this crazy woman. But when you see this tree, you're going to be, yep, we want one. We want one. Okay, now, what we're going to do is, I think we need a little more texture here. Just a smidgen, maybe. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe, oopsie, a little warm. A little warm. Okay. How about that? Yeah, I like that. I'll do something like that. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do it like that. Add some interest, huh? Where's that thing to hold this thing down? I don't want to get burnt. There, we're going to hold this thing down here a little bit. There we go. Hi, honey. My husband just came in, and the dogs are greeting him, so he's very happy, and the dogs are very happy. Okay. Yeah. I think that's going to add some interest to this piece. Thought it was too flat there, but I'll show you some other things we're going to do here to take that flatness away. And you know, if you don't like something on there, say you don't like this part here, you just go like that and smooth it out. It's not the end of the world. I'm here, honey. I'm busy soldering. My husband's looking for me right now. He's not hungry, thank goodness. He already ate, so I don't have to stop and feed him. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's add something else here. I think this needs something else here. Let's add this to it. Oops. You see these globs of solder? Try and use them. This stuff is expensive, and you know, stuff like that. It is expensive, all this kind of stuff. But not only that, it's just wasteful. I mean, we've got all these beautiful things to work with. Let's not waste them, you know. But they do come from the earth, so let's utilize some of that. Hi, honey.
Oh, I'm tired. Wow.
Oh, yeah?
I drove and drove and
yeah,
drove.
You drove.
And I drove and drove some more.
And then you drove some more, huh? Ay.
And I kept on driving.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. All right. Ooh, honey, what was that? Here. Oopsie. Put some more branches on here. Usually I wear rubber gloves when I'm working with this stuff because it's icky. I don't want it on me. Ugh. Icky. I want this one up. But it don't want to be up. Now I'm talking to the machine because I'm making something. But now see, it's going to make an interesting junction there. Let's see if we can get some of this stuff up. Okay, and now let's make these things a little more interesting. They're kind of blah. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see that? This is really boring. You see how this solder is just following the heat? Can you see that, folks? Here, let me show you. See? When you lift, look, maybe I go on this side. See? Can you see that? It's like little thorns or something or other, huh? Put some more on here. This definitely needs something to make it a little more interesting. Let's make this a little more interesting. See? See, it's much more interesting than just flat. It's okay. Don't try for perfect, because none is perfect in life. Okay, let's see, what else do we have to do? I think we'll put a couple more. Put some smaller ones on here. Oh, see, I cut up a bunch of small ones, so, I was trying to be ready so we wouldn't, I wouldn't be taking up too much of your time. Just wanting you to see. And I'm thinking that they can make this thing go real fast, so you can see it go real fast, and you won't be so bored watching me do this stuff. Let's see. Ooh, don't you like that shape? Isn't that cute? Here's another one that I did a while ago, but something else. I don't like that there. I think I'm going to put it like this. I think I like that better. Let's put a little bit of the goo there. It helps everything stick, that gooey stuff. Now see that isn't straight? See how crookedy it is and bumpity? That's what you want. You want it like that. Trying to cover it with solder. And it's kind of uneven here, but that's okay. It makes it more interesting. But like I'm saying, everybody's going to want one of these trees in their backyard. You'll see when I finish it what's going to happen. See, I'm putting too much on there, and that's okay. This one's like that. Okay, I want to fill this in a little more. Let's put another one of these things on here. Maybe here. Maybe here. I think we should put this here, maybe. I think we're going to put it here like this. Like so. You see how that solder will follow the heat? Now you see these big, I think that is too I think it needs something more in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill it in with some solder. It's real simple. Just put a little solder in there. And see how it'll make these ridges or whatever you want to call it by itself. You know? See how interesting that's becoming? You see? I'll put a little ridge in here too. And, you know, if you hold it there too long, it's going to melt in. So just don't hold it there too long. See how, now here, I'll show you. See how that does that? I don't know if you can see it that good. I'm trying to make it where you can actually see what I'm doing. Now, see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and build up here and make it thicker. See that? See? And then you can just go over this again. If you want it higher, you know. Let's fill it in here. Fill it in a little bit here. See, if you don't leave it on too long, it'll stick to it in a different way. Let's put something here that doesn't look right. Yeah, a little more interesting here on this side too. See now, doesn't that start to look like a tree? Can you see where I was going with it? We'll fill this in a little more here too. Just a little smidgen here and there. Just a little solder here and there makes it look like a tree. It's a gnarly tree, but it's a tree. And you can make your tree smoother if you want. You can do anything you want. It's your tree. And free form, you get to do. And you know what? It gives the solder freedom. Born free solder. Fill it in a little bit here too. I don't like this. See, you got a lot of peaks and valleys here. Okay, so now what I want to do is put in, I think I'm going to put this in here. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to look nice. And you know, the solder's going to do what the solder wants to do too. But you'll learn how to control it a little bit better, you know. Not getting it hot enough there. Fluxed it and still ain't working. That's okay. I'll make it work. Maybe that piece of wire is a little dirtier. I don't know. You see how that's the solder is following that? You see that? Let's make it a little more. See that? It's more interesting. More interesting. There you go. Oopsie. There you go. A little more interesting. I don't like this right here. I think it's too squared. I don't like it. Let's make this a little different too. Okay, now. Okay, now we've got a tree. But I I want to put some of these smaller things on it. I think that'll look nice. Smaller twigs. I'll put that in this thing here. Oh well, maybe not. I want to put this I don't like this thing. I'm going to bend it or something. There we go. I think it's a little more interesting. So now we can put it somewhere. There's a piece for it. Okay, kind of like that. You see that solder? See how it is? You know, I like to make these thick things here because if you look at a tree, they do have a thicker part where they join and stuff like that. So, okay. Kind of like it bent a little bit, so I'm going to bend these a little bit. I think it's a little more interesting than just straight. Let's bend it, let's put it there. I think it'll be nice there. See, it's not just a rounded and that anymore. It looks like a twig. It makes it so interesting, I think. It's my opinion. And you can make your trees any way you want, if you want to make them at all. You know, that's your prerogative. And I'm going to leave this tree silver. I think you're going to like it a lot silver. And when we're done, this devil here, it's just not. There we go. Let's put this thing here like that. See what we get. And again, just kind of go. Seems to. Okay, now let's put a little extra here and there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to put this piece now. Let's put this here. There we go. We're going to put it right here. It's going to cooperate. See how it doesn't look right until, you know, can you see what I'm doing? Oh, geez, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I hope the whole thing is getting in here. Yeah, we'll move that up. But do you see how that doesn't look right? And then when we put the solder on it and leave it a little gnarly, it looks fine. It looks like what we're trying to do. make a liar out of me here, huh? No, I don't like that there. A little trouble here. It's okay. We can have trouble. Okay, let's put a couple more on here. Hope you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Okay, I got this nice piece here that I like. I just don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I'll surprise myself. See that's kind of bendy? I like the bendy. So where can we put the bendy one, huh? Put the bendy one here, maybe? What do you think? I don't know. Maybe here? Bendy one there? Yeah, I kind of think I like that. Maybe we should put this here, like that. Or maybe here. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah. Let's see what we get. Okay, there we go. Let's see what else we got here. Maybe this little piece here. I'm gonna put this little piece here, maybe. Okay. I think that'll look nice. There we go. Okay, now, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to go and wash this thing. I'm going to go and wash it. I'm going to turn the machine off. And when you come back, I think it's going to be done. But I'm not sure. But stay, because you're going to see it's not done yet. I'm saying the wrong thing. The tree is not done yet. And when it's done, you'll know why you want this tree in your backyard. You will want it. Trust me, you will. Okay, folks, here's the tree done. And it's the one that everybody wants in their backyard. The money tree. I thought that would be funny to make a money tree. So that's what I made for you folks. And I hope you enjoyed how I soldered things in there. If I had a little more time, I would have done it a little bit better and stuff like that. Put more branches on it and stuff like that. But I think you get the general idea how to make a tree out of solder. I think it's really good. And don't we wish we could have the money tree? So anyway, this is Margieann. I'm just hoping you guys enjoyed my art and how much fun it was to making that. But it gives you ideas, all the things you can do with solder. I hope you learned that the heat the solder will follow the heat, and if you just touch it lightly, it'll just stick there just for, just a little bit. Okay, I hope you learned something about soldering. Had a lot of fun showing you this, and don't we all want the money tree? Thanks, bye.